Let's have an honest conversation. If you feel exhausted in your relationship, if you feel like you're carrying the mental load, if you feel like you're constantly reminding, correcting, pushing, organizing, motivating, you're not in a partnership. You're parenting a grown man. And the harsh truth: the moment you become his mother, you stop being his woman. Today we are breaking down why this dynamic destroys attraction, kills respect, and slowly builds resentment, and what to do instead. Section 1: How it starts. It never starts obvious. It starts small. You remind him about an appointment. You help him apply for a job. You push him to wake up earlier. You manage the bills because he forgets. You tell yourself, "I'm just being supportive." But support slowly turns into supervision. And supervision turns into control. Now you're tracking his responsibilities, managing his emotions, cleaning up his mistakes, planning his growth. You're doing emotional labor and logistical labor. And here's the key question: if you stopped doing all of that tomorrow, would his life fall apart? If the answer is yes, you're not his partner. You're his safety net. Section 2: Why attraction dies. Attraction thrives on polarity and respect. When you mother him, you shift the dynamic. A man cannot deeply desire someone who feels like authority or discipline in his life. Think about it. Would you feel romantic attraction towards someone you have to raise? Probably not. The same applies here. When you correct him constantly, when you remind him of everything, when you overfunction so he can underfunction, you unintentionally lower his responsibility. And when responsibility drops, so does respect. And when respect drops, attraction follows. This is not about being submissive or dominant. This is about two adults meeting at the same level. Section 3: Why some women fall into this role. Let's be real for a second. Sometimes women mother men because they were raised to overnurture. They feel needed when they are fixing someone. They think love means sacrifice. They are afraid if they don't manage everything, the relationship will collapse. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If a relationship only survives because you're overperforming, it was never balanced to begin with. And some men allow this dynamic because it benefits them. Less accountability. Less pressure. More comfort. But comfort without growth creates stagnation. And stagnation kills desire. Section 4: The cost of mothering a man. The cost is high. You become exhausted. You lose softness. You start nagging. You feel unappreciated. You feel alone even while in a relationship. And slowly, resentment builds. Resentment sounds like, "Why do I have to do everything? Why can't he just figure it out? Why am I the only adult here?" And once resentment settles in, love becomes obligation. That's when relationships quietly die, long before they officially end. Section 5: What real partnership looks like. A real partnership looks like this. Two adults. Both handling their responsibilities. Both emotionally regulated. Both contributing. Both growing. Support does not mean carrying someone. Encouragement does not mean pushing someone who refuses to move. Healthy love says, "I will walk beside you, not drag you." If he struggles, you support him. If he falls, you encourage him. But you do not become his manager. And if he consistently avoids responsibility, You don't overcompensate. You observe. Because someone who wants to lead their life will lead it, with or without supervision. Section 6. The shift you need to make. If you've been mothering a man, here's the shift. Stop overfunctioning. Let him feel the weight of his own responsibilities. If he forgets something, let him handle the consequences. If he lacks direction, let him find it. If he avoids growth, let that reveal who he is. You cannot raise a man into maturity. He either chooses it or he doesn't. And your role is not to raise him. Your role is to meet someone who is already standing on his own. Never mother a grown man. You deserve partnership, not parenting. Equality, not emotional babysitting. And if this message hit home, ask yourself honestly. Are you building with him? Or raising him?